Generals gathered in their masses.
Hey guys, Alex here, GuitarForce.com. So in today's video we're going to take a look at War Pigs by Black Sabbath. And in this lesson we'll take a look at all of the rhythm guitar parts of the song. The lead guitar, which includes the two solos, the bridge section and the outro, are going to be on a separate video and is going to be available as a full lesson at GuitarForce.com. With the full lesson you'll be getting this part of the lesson on the rhythm guitar, plus all of the leads, also all of the tabs in PDF format, and a backing track with vocals, and also a full playthrough of the song, which I'm going to also post onto my other channel if YouTube allows it. And if you're interested in that, you can check out the links in the description box down below. Also, the tabs and the backing track, and also the lesson on the lead guitar is going to be available on my Patreon page. So all of the links are going to be in the description box down below. For the sound, I was using this SG with the P90s, kind of staying authentic to the early sound of Black Sabbath when Tony was using the P90s in his SG. And we're going to be in standard tuning as the original studio version. And for the sound, again, I was using the VST plugin Guitar Rig. I'm going to show you the picture of the preset right now. While you are checking out the picture of the preset, I'm going to play you my low E string so you can tune up and play along with this lesson. Alright, so as always we're going to break up the song into parts. We're going to start off with the intro, and in the intro we have a few phrases going on. So I'm going to play them separately, and then I'll play the intro, all of the parts in the end together. So the first phrase is going to go like this. So here what we have an open low E string, and we have at the same time a grace note on the A string from 5 to 7. So the grace note meaning it's a quick hammer on from 5 to 7. So we essentially play the 2 octaves, but we do it with a grace note. So the first octave that we play, we stay on these E note for quite some time, and then we have again the grace note, and then from here we have, so from 7 going to the 5th fret on the A string and adding some vibrato. Okay, so that's the first phrase. Adding some vibrato, then we have. So again, using the low E string open, and then we go to the 11th fret on the A string, we play 11, then we play 11, 12, 11. But at the same time playing the low E string also open. Adding some vibrato, and then we have again. So the grace note, 5 to 7, and then back from 7 to the 5th fret on the A string. And sometimes Tony, especially live, he would slightly change the rhythm here. So instead of playing just once, he would play. So he would hit the grace note and then would pick the octave a couple of times, so one time. And that's how he would play it, but on the studio recording you can hear that he's just playing once. But you have a couple of variations how you can play this. So after that we have another phrase. So again we go to the 11th fret here on the A string and we play 11. Hit it one more time, then 12, and then we slide up to the 14th fret. So again with the low E string open. Always adding the vibrato to these notes. And then again we have this part, so with the grace note, the octaves, and then from 7 to 5 on the A string. And then we have the last kind of phrase, which goes. So here we have 5 on the A string with the low E string open. So you have this dissonant kind of sound. Then we move up to the octave, to the 7th fret. Then we have. So these are kind of like passing notes. The low E string, you hit it twice, but in a specific rhythm. So the first note longer, the second one is shorter, and then we get into the power chords. So from E going down to the D. So we actually stay on this power chord, and then we start playing. Okay, so stand on the E chord, then picking it again, sliding down to the D chord, picking it a couple of times, then sliding up to the E chord, and we do it for a couple of times. So now we do it a little bit faster, though the first phrases that we do are kind of played slower in time. And then when we get to the power chords, we change between the chords a little bit faster. You can hear it on the recording. And I'll play it right now, the whole thing, because after that, so that's the intro, then we go into the kind of like a pre-verse, which is kind of part of the verse, where we play, between these two chords, D to E. So let me go back to the beginning and play the whole thing. The intro is gonna go like this. I'm gonna be playing them a little bit faster, so not dragging the whole thing in time. But when you start playing to the backing track or to the original track, just keep in mind that it takes a little bit of time in terms of playing these phrases. So it goes something like this. Alright, so like I said, after that we get into the verse. First we have the pre-verse, where the band is just playing this. So from D power chords to E on the lower strings, and we play it for 2 times. Then we get into the verse with the vocals, and basically we do the same thing. We hit 2 chords, we wait for bar and 3 more beats, and then we repeat. You can hear the hi-hat going on, and then obviously Ozzy singing, and it's very easy to follow, especially when he sings. So in the end of the vocal line, you hit these 2 chords, and also the hi-hat is giving you a cue when you have to play the 2 chords. So the verse goes like this. We play for 4 times just this figure, and then when we play the second verse, or the second part of the verse, we add a couple of licks here and there. So the foundation is again just playing between D and E, and then in the first phrase that we have the lick. So it's a pull off on the G string, 4 to open, and then you go to the D string 2nd fret, and then you go right into the playing the two power chords, D to E. So that's the first phrase, the first lick. Then the second lick we have is just a trill. So the trill is happening on the D string between open and 2nd frets, and it's played for 2 beats. So this lick, the first one, is played on the 4th beat of the bar, and then we get to the first beat of the bar, D to E, and then the trill is happening on the 3rd beat of the bar, and then again we have the 2 power chords. Then we have, after these power chords, we hit these 3 or 4 strings, the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and maybe the 4th on the 12th fret. You hit it, slide out, and then again we play the 2 power chords. So very simple, nothing too complicated here. Basically you play the licks before you hit the chords. Like that. So if you listen carefully, you're going to be able to identify when you have to play it. Nothing too complicated. So that's that. Then we have the second kind of part, the second figure of the verse goes like this. So here we have this figure going on. So again we have the 2 power chords, D to E, little rest, and then we go to the G, and then we go down chromatically F sharp to F. Stay on the F chord a little bit longer. Back down to the E, and then the first phrase or lick that we play is just single notes, 12th fret on a G string. You add the vibrato, and then again you get back to the beginning of the figure. So again, D to E, and then from G. Second time we play a trill. So it's between 12 and 14 on the D string. So it's basically like here, but we play it an octave higher. Then again we have the 2 chords, rest, and then from G again down chromatically. So basically repeating the first phrase again, and then one more time. Alright, and then from here we go into figure 1. So I'm gonna play it through a couple of times, and then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna break it down. So it goes like this. So in this figure we have 4 times low E string open, lightly palm muted, and then we hit again these 3 or 4 strings on the 12th fret. We slide out, and then we have, so low E string open, you pick it, a little rest, and then you pick it again and go to the 3rd fret of the low E string, So So we play this figure for 4 times, and then we get into the next part, the next figure, which goes like this. So here we have again 4 notes on the low E string, again palm muted. Then we have pull off on D string from the 2nd fret to the open, little rest, and then we have again this syncopated rhythm on the low E string. So it's once the low E string, then 2 times. So in between of each of these low E's that we play after the pull off, we have sort of like a little rests in between. So 3 of these notes, and then you have again another pull off 2nd to the open on the D string, and going to the low E 3rd fret again. So all together, slowly it's gonna go like this. And I suggest that you pick the second part where you have the syncopated rhythm with an upstroke, because it's happening on the offbeat, and it's going to be easier to keep the track of the figure. So the first 4 notes you can do alternate picking, or you can do just down picking, or and then you do with an upstroke. Like that. After that figure, we go back to playing the previous figure. So again. And then again we repeat the second figure. Okay, we play it for a few times. Again, follow the original track, and then we're back again to this part. And then we go into the solo. Okay, so I'm not going to be looking at the solo in this video. It's going to be on a separate one, but these are the main parts of the rhythm guitar of this song. After the first solo, we go back to playing again the first part of the verse as we did in the beginning. So it's exactly the same. Follows exactly the same patterns and everything, so we're not going to be looking at that either in this part. So basically that's the main part of the rhythm guitar for this song. Like I said, we have the first solo and then the second solo. We have a bridge, the second solo, and the outro, which are going to be in a separate video. So for this song, for this part, that's about it. Alright guys, so that was it for this part. I hope you liked it. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. Also comment, share, subscribe if you're new to my channel. Don't forget to visit GuitarForce.com for more guitar lessons. In the meantime, I'll see you again. Take it easy, and as always, let the force be with you.